What's that beeping noise?
A bloodbath at a charity auction outside Rome has shocked the world. An unknown sniper opened fire on a gathering of Europe's most influential and wealthiest citizens.
Designer Robin Goulet's latest show in New York was greeted with surprisingly mixed reviews.
The focal point of the show was the controversial theme. A bloodbath at a charity auction outside Rome has shocked the world. An unknown sniper opened fire on a gathering of Europe. The attack coming so close.
No sign of Albara yet.
Maybe he stood you up.
I don't know. Something feels wrong.
Well, stay alert. I'm starting to trust your instincts.
Sorry, that's...
Switch off your transmitter. If you reach for your gun, one of my men will put a bullet in your skull.
Transmitter's off. I don't plan on reaching for my gun unless you make it necessary.
Once I have the information I need, I plan to leave. You will not be harmed. You've made an effort to broadcast your arrival in Rome. Why?
I'm here to find out what Halbeck is doing in Rome and their ties to Al-Samad.
And what led you to believe that Halbeck has any interests in Rome or Al-Samad?
Are you denying that either one is true?
I do not believe you would have come here without evidence.
And what makes you think that?
You aren't here in an official capacity. You are operating under Alpha Protocol.
Interesting. Considering the program's secret, I would have expected you to say traitor, unless you have insider knowledge.
If you think you're the first to be abandoned by your government, you would be wrong. You are Michael Thornton. Many of the files of your former ops are buried. A field agent.
I prefer the term engineer, but I'm sure you didn't come here to threaten me over my job title. I'm guessing you're here to confirm the file you have on me. Anything else you need to check?
Reports place you as someone loyal to your country and who believes in carrying their missions through.
Is that so odd?
In today's day and age, yes. But not to me. And you were the one who crossed paths with a German mercenary in Moscow. Z.
I get around, and she was a little insistent we get together.
I am not surprised. She is a mercenary, but hardly professional, or discreet, it seems.
Have you two had dealings before?
Contract disputes only.
So you've done your homework, congratulations. I know who you are too. You're Leyland's right-hand man, his lackey, toady, henchman.
Chief of Security, as of a year ago.
Those gloves keep the dirt off?
Yes. And the blood, when need be. Considering how public your actions have been in Rome and how many CIA and NSA agents you've killed, I think you're hardly in a place to lecture me.
What happened to Albara?
Dead, of course. Once you'd ID'd him, well, his use to me was at an end. In less than a day's time, you have already managed to cause me considerable inconvenience. Now, tell me what you're doing here.
I was tracking down a lead, and it looks like I've found it.
I see. So you thought all you had to do was wait and we would speak. Interesting.
What I don't understand, though, is why we're talking at all. Unless keeping me alive is important for some reason.
I have orders, and I am a cautious person.
So am I. And I think we have room to negotiate.
No, I am not authorized to make deals. Besides, I believe you have nowhere to go for help. In that situation, it is a rare man who goes to his enemy's door. So, yes, this is a social call. A warning. You have proven yourself capable, but pursuing this course of action will not serve you any longer. Go underground, hide, but stay out of our way.
Or else what?
Or people you care about will start to die. We know you've been in contact with one of your fellow agents. That contact will die if you persist, and then we will kill you.
Those are your terms. Allow you to carry out your mission, and I stay out of the way.
Yes.
You realize I would be betraying my country.
Yes, and that does not change my terms. I understand your feelings, and I encourage you to set them aside.
So we're done here. I leave Rome, leave you to your plan, and that's it.
Yes. What you do next is up to you, but there are only two immediate choices. Leave, you live. Stay, you die.
I think you're the one who needs to leave. And it's simple, because your boss's plan is flawed.
Really?
Leyland's never seen the world outside of the boardroom or an air-conditioned limo. And he's planning something to change the world? Doesn't seem to me like he knows what he's doing.
Of course. He provided a goal, another provided a plan, I provided the means. We are done here. Leave Rome. If we see each other again, it will be the last time.
You weren't hard to find in Rome, you know. After that debacle at the CIA listening post, the reports of what happened in that gelato shop, finding you was easy.
I wanted you to find me.
Of course you did. And that's when you and Mr. Marburg met up and had lunch.
When we talked, he had a lot to say about Halbeck and some suggestions about my involvement with your corporation.
Really? I can rarely get 3 words from the man.
Well, feel free to have him threaten you whenever you get tired of listening to yourself.
I'd be curious to hear more. And your first impression of Mr. Marburg. What did you discuss?
We discussed business. Turns out both of us have experience with abuse of authority.
He described you as a man of your word. Patriotic, I believe, also came into the conversation. But Mr. Marburg was not always the best judge of character. Nor does he instill much loyalty in employees. Speaking of which, this woman entered the picture not long after your meeting with Marburg. She was in our office in Rome. Madison, I believe.
Yes.
I always wondered, Did you ever regret getting her into this?
It wasn't my choice.
Oh, Mike. In the end, it was.
Mike, we may have a problem. The VCI employee I mentioned before, Madison, I think she's going to act.
What do you mean, now?
She's calling the operator and asking for you by name.
She can't be working for Marburg, unless this is a trap. Who is she calling?
The city directory. And maybe the police next. If she does...
Can you intercept the call? Redirect it?
What? Why?
I want to know why she's looking for me.
Okay, let me patch her through. Operator?
Miss St. James?
Hello? Yes, is this the operator?
No, Miss St. James. This is Michael Thornton.
Oh, thank God. Mr. Thornton, please, you have to listen to me.
I don't believe we've met before. How do you know my name and why are you calling?
I have reason to believe your life is in danger. I know it sounds crazy, but...
You don't say.
I don't want to discuss the details over the phone. This line may be tapped. She's a sharp one. But it's important I speak to you immediately. Is there someplace we can meet?
Of course. I'll send you the address of a local restaurant.
All right. I still have to hail a cab.
I'll have one sent to your cross streets.
Oh, okay.
I'll see you soon, Miss St. James.
Thank you for meeting me, Mr. Thornton.
Let's discuss what you told me over the phone.
I know it sounds crazy. Where to begin?
Just start at the beginning. And don't edit yourself, just tell it.
I work for the Veteran Combat Initiative, VCI. They're a global military contractor. My boss, Mr. Marburg, I think he's involved in something illegal. So I checked it out, and your name came up several times in our database.
Well, I'm a popular guy. Maybe Marburg wanted to meet me.
It was cross-linked to several contracts within the VCI. Termination contracts.
Marburg must be jealous of my good looks. Do you have the contracts? That'd be valuable evidence.
Not on me, no.
That would have been too much to hope for, I suppose. No worries, we'll figure this out.
Mr. Thornton, I'm not sure what to do next. Go to the authorities? Is there someone I should notify, or...?
Madison, you did the right thing warning me, and I appreciate it. I probably shouldn't have accepted your call. I think that may make things worse for you.
For me? I think I was a little more worried about you.
And I appreciate it. I'll do whatever I can to protect you.
You need to look out for yourself first. Mike, Marburg is going to try and kill you. What are you going to do?
I know Marburg. I know he wants to kill me. What I don't know is why he's here in Rome.
Madison,
you've already put yourself in danger by even meeting with me. I can protect you, but I need to know what Marburg's here for. I need those files. Are they in the VCI branch office?
I don't know what you're looking for, but the VCI office in Rome isn't Marburg's personal office. He does most of his work off-site, or when he travels.
But he's here now, so where would he store the information while in Rome?
He has a villa. I've been there several times. If the files exist, I'm guessing they'd be there.
Along with Marburg?
Yes.
Give me the address. Can you get me in?
What?
Passcodes, details on the security system, anything would be helpful.
I can give you the address, but that other information...
Miss St. James, you've already gotten into more trouble than you know by speaking to me, and that's my fault. However, you know Marburg, and you know what you found makes you a liability.
Yes.
I can protect you. I have a location in Rome that Marburg doesn't know about, and you can stay there. But in return, I need whatever information you can provide to take him down.
But...
Let me do my job. If I can expose him, you're safe. And if he gets by me, trust me, no one else can protect you.
All right, Mr. Thornton. I can get you the address to the villa, and the names of the files you need to search for.
Then that's all I need. Come with me.
We've always known that kids enjoy candy, but what are some of the downsides to the...
Controllable alien.
This is it? After Rome and Moscow, I was expecting something a little more... upscale.
Stop being a smartass and go use the shower.
That might be more tempting if you were here.
In your dreams, Mike.
sure about this?
Positive. Trust me.
Okay.
See? What did I tell you?
I love you. Marry me?
Whoa there, cowboy. Don't get too excited by the hardware. Now that you've made it to Taipei, what are your plans?
I sort of figured I'd improvise and put an ear to the ground and see what I can find out.
Don't you think you need a little more focus than that?
I've got 3 leads to start with. This Stephen Heck guy seems like he knows what's going on in Taipei. He might be able to answer some questions.
Be careful, Mike. I've checked my databanks, and I can't find any evidence that Stephen Heck has ever worked for the CIA.
I'll be on my guard. There's also that anomalous data trail from Shahid's system. Any luck tracing it down?
I managed to follow it back to a place in the warehouse district. I'm forwarding the address to you now. What's the final lead?
Simple. Follow the money. Shahid was funneling large amounts of money to a front corporation for the White Oak Mountain Triad. I think I can persuade them to tell me why.
Sounds like you've got everything figured out.
That's just the kind of guy I am.
Just be careful.
Always. I'm here to see the Red Lion. I'm a friend of the Sheik. You must be Hong Sure, boss of the White Oak Mountain Triad. Oh, sorry. Legitimate businessman. You're connected to Ali Shahid.
Interpol has been leveling that same accusation for 15 years. If they haven't been able to prove it, why should I believe you can, Mr.
Thornton. Mike Thornton. You might have heard of me. That thing in Moscow at the embassy? That was me. I've been around the block a few times.
So have my prostitutes, but I never bothered to learn their names.
You never learned your own mother's name? That's harsh.
What is it you want from me, Mr. Thornton? I have no interest in bantering with an American cowboy. It upsets my digestion. Please, get to the point.
Someone is planning to assassinate Ronald's son. You've been receiving transfers of funds from Shahid. I'd be willing to pay to see if these 2 facts are connected.
Interesting. I admire a man who presents a business proposal clearly and succinctly. Mr. Thornton, a man in my position does not get to be a man in my position without knowing the value of a good trade.
I can understand that. I suppose the question is what you need.
Some of my lieutenants seem to think they would do better without my loving guidance and gentle hand. They have set up shop in a disreputable part of town. Now, if you were to discourage them, I will tell you what I know.
I just walked in off the street. You think I'm the sort of guy to handle a gang of bloodthirsty triad killers because...
Oh, I don't. But on the off chance you do succeed, you would have saved me a large amount of money, which I consider a good trade.
Well, when you put it that way, it's hard to argue. All right, Mr. Hong.
I knew you would see the wisdom of this deal, Mr. Thornton. Contact me again when my wayward children have been dealt with, huh? Oh, and Mr. Thornton.
Yeah?
Don't call me Mr. Hong.
Okay, I'm not far from the market. Slums.
I'm picking up some activity near your position. I don't think Hong Shi gave us the whole story.
The head of an organized crime syndicate not telling the truth? Gee, that's a stretch.
Stretch or not, it looks like you're going to see some heavier resistance up ahead.
interesting.
What is?
I just found a 10-page list of Triad members.
How does that help us?
I think it may be a list of all the defectors.
You said 10 pages? How many defectors are there?
A hell of a lot more than Hong sure told us about.
You better watch yourself, Mike. There's no telling what else he forgot to tell us about.
My thoughts exactly.
Come out, whoever you are.
Oh man, I don't believe this. Our friendly neighborhood triads have been dealing with Al-Samad.
You're kidding. Why would they be working together? Any details of the arrangement?
No, just some ledgers detailing various transactions.
This can't be good.
Wait, there's a note attached to one of the ledgers. Apparently these defectors weren't happy with the arrangement, but money had nothing to do with it.
All right, Mike. Keep looking. There has to be more to this.
Come out, whoever you are. I know you're here somewhere. hear what's happening to Yi Huang? He started pulling guard to it.
Celeste, the lieutenants.
Good work. Head back to the safe house. I'll arrange a meeting for you with Hongsher's people.
I'm on my way.
Wait a minute. Mike, satellite's picking up multiple images from fast.
Triads?
Probably. They're armed like triads anyway.
How much time do I have?
Not long. We'll be there in less than a minute. You better find a good defensive position.
Good thinking.
It looks like they'll be coming in from the loading dock, directly opposite the door you entered from.
Looks like they already had a turret covering that entrance. That might be just the thing to welcome them.
Die!
official. Red lion my ass. More like red liar. I hope you're sitting down for this.
It's one of the benefits of a desk job.
According to this series of emails, the defectors aren't the one who killed Hong Shi's second-in-command. The big man did it himself.
Why would he do that?
The guy had the audacity to openly speak out against the gang's affiliation with Al Samad. Hong Shi decided to make an example of it. It wasn't pretty. There were needle-nosed pliers involved.
That's quite an example.
I'll upload the intel to you. This might be useful later.
Got it.
I found controls for the sluice gates. Should provide for an interesting approach.
Mr. Thornton, you return. The television is already humming with talk of your assault on the slums.
Everything's taken care of. But next time, tell me your lieutenant's defected because you killed one of them as a warning.
I did not feel you needed to know this, Mr. Thornton. Nor do my men. I trust I can rely on your discretion.
Shahid was sending you large sums of money. What was it for?
A man in my position has access to certain materials, Mr. Thornton. Materials that a man in Shahid's position finds very valuable. We had a long-standing business arrangement.
You've already got the international smuggling contacts. You could secure shipments to just about anywhere an Alcemont cell operates.
Very astute, Mr. Thornton. You would do very well in this business. I did not sell weapons to Shahid directly. I was merely a facilitator.
And how does that put you in a position to know about an attempt on Sung's life?
I'm willing to provide my information, not my sources.
Fair enough. Let's see it.
As promised, Mr. Thornton. Here is all the information I have regarding this unfortunate business with Mr. Sung.
Great. Flash drive. The currency of the modern secret agent.
They are very convenient, aren't they? Oh, there is one other thing. Beware of the man called Omen Day.
Never heard of him. Maybe you should tell him to beware of the man called Mike Thornton. Anyway, what's he got to do with this?
I'm afraid no one really knows. He is a powerful man in Taipei. And I have heard his name mentioned along with the rumors of this assassination.
We'll see. Keep your nose clean, Hong. I'm sending you the data I got from Hong Sure now.
Receiving.